All right, let's dive deep into one of the most powerful, most profound moments in the Zohar, the sixth and final day of creation. Now, this isn't just about wrapping up a week's worth of work. Oh no. This is about the sealing of a cosmic blueprint, the ultimate act that snaps all of reality into a state of perfect, harmonious being. Let's really explore what's going on here. So, our journey kicks off with this verse from Genesis. Now, you might have read this 100 times, but for the first 5 days, the text just says, a second day, a third day, pretty standard stuff. But then we get to the sixth day and bam, something changes. The Torah adds a definite article, the letter He, and it says Yom HaShishi, the sixth day. Now, this is not just some grammatical hiccup. For the mystics, this is a giant flashing neon sign pointing to the secret of all completion. I want you to just picture this. As the sixth day hits its absolute climax, you could almost feel this cosmic hum in the air. The raw, giving, masculine energy from the first 5 days is finally converging with its perfect counterpart, a feminine vessel literally designed to receive, to hold, and to manifest all of that energy. And this isn't a crash, it's a perfect, seamless coupling. A sublime dance where light and vessel just intertwine, sealing all of creation in this radiant harmony that floods every single corner of existence. So here's our game plan. We're going to unpack the climax of the sixth day. Then we'll unlock the secret of that letter He and decode the anatomy of this perfect union. After that, we'll use some cool analogies, cosmic engineering for some, a video game for others to make it all click. And then we'll bring it all home and ask, what does it mean to live in this new completed world? Okay, let's get right to the heart of the mystery. That one little letter, the He in HaShishi. That's it. That is the key that unlocks the whole concept of a perfected creation. It's the signal that something new, something absolutely essential, has just arrived on the scene. So this is the big question the Zohar throws at us. Why this special treatment? Why this sudden emphasis? Think about it. For 5 days, the process was building, it was developing, it was in progress. But on the sixth day, that little He announces that the system is no longer just being built, it is being completed. It's like the final, indispensable part just clicked into place. To really get this, we need to meet the two main players. First, we have what the Kabbalists call Zer Anpin, which means the small face. This is the masculine principle. It embodies 6 divine attributes, these sephirot. You can think of them as channels for creative energy that were constructed over those first 6 days. Kindness, strength, harmony, the whole shebang. This is the complete structure of divine light flowing outward, and it's symbolized by the letter Vav. And then you have its perfect counterpart, Malchut, the kingdom. This is the feminine principle. Malchut is the vessel, the divine presence, the Shekinah, and its whole job is to receive that masculine flow, to hold it, and to give it real, tangible form in our world. And guess what? It's symbolized by the final letter He of the divine name. See where this is going? This chart just lays it out so perfectly. Look at the balance here. On one side, you have the giver, the flow of raw energy, the seed. And on the other, you have the receiver, the vessel that gives it form, the earth that lets the seed actually grow. You simply can't have one without the other. It's just incomplete potential. All the energy in the universe could be flowing, but without a vessel, it has nowhere to go, no way to become real. So this is the mic drop moment. The He in HaShishi literally signifies the arrival of Malchut, the feminine vessel, coming to unite with all the masculine energy of the 6 days that came before. The engine was built over the first 5 days, right? Well, the He announces that the car itself, the chassis, has finally arrived and is ready for integration. Only then can creation hit that state of shleimut, true, utter perfection and wholeness. Okay. You ready to pop the hood and look at the engine? Let's go deeper into the actual mechanics of this. We're going to decode the numbers, the colors, the whole architecture that underpins this cosmic event. This is where we see just how every single piece fits together with mind-blowing precision. So check out this cosmic blueprint. The Zohar teaches that these 7 lower divine emanations, these sephirot, aren't just abstract concepts. No, they are embodied by real historical figures. You can see it here. Abraham is the embodiment of pure loving kindness. Isaac represents strength and judgment. Jacob is the perfect harmony between them. Every one of these figures, all the way down to David, embodying the final principle of kingship, or Malchut, is a crucial piece of the divine puzzle that connects with our world. Let's talk about the number 6. This number is absolutely central. It's the 6 days of building, and it's the 6 sephirots from Hesed all the way to Yesod that make up the complete masculine system, Zer Anpin.
It's the full column of energy, the entire finished structure of the giver principle, all symbolized by that letter Vav. Imagine it like a 6-stage pipeline of pure divine energy, primed and ready to flow. And the number 5 is just as important. It's tied to the letter He, whose numerical value is 5. This number stands for Malchut, the feminine principle. And more specifically, it represents her 5 gavurot, or 5 aspects of severity and judgment. Now, this isn't a bad thing. Judgment is what gives us boundaries, definition, the rules of the game. But in its raw state, it's way too harsh. The whole point of this cosmic union is to take those 5 severities and sweeten them with a flow of mercy. And this is where it gets really visual, with colors. The Zohar actually sees these energies in different hues. The masculine flow, that boundless mercy or hesed pouring from Zer Anpin, is symbolized by the color white. Think of it as pure, undifferentiated potential, a brilliant light that contains every possibility but hasn't taken on any specific shape yet. And in contrast, you have the feminine vessel, with its core quality of din, or judgment. This is symbolized by the color red. Red is all about form, limits, definition, and strength. It's the energy that grabs that pure white light and gives it structure, creating the vibrant, colorful, and differentiated world we actually live in. And here is the mystical alchemy of this whole union. The Zohar says that in this perfect coupling, the red is turned to white. Now, that doesn't mean judgment gets erased, not at all. It means it gets transformed. The red of severity is infused with the white of mercy, turning its limiting power into a positive, constructive, life-giving force. It is the ultimate act of harmonization. And what do you get when it's all said and done? The number 13. Why 13? Because it's the numerical value of the Hebrew word echad, which means 1. After the masculine 6 and the feminine 5 are perfectly harmonized, the result is a state of absolute indivisible oneness. 13 represents the finish line, the final goal of the entire creative process, a single, integrated system where every part works in perfect harmony. Okay, so to bring this ancient wisdom into the 21st century, let's reframe it in a language we all get: technology. I want you to think of the creation of the universe as the most massive, ambitious, cosmic engineering project of all time. The Zohar, in a way, is giving us the architectural diagram for the very source code of reality. Let's walk through the creation stack, shall we? For the first 6 days, you have the core processor build-out. That's Zer Anpin's Sephirot being coded. At the same time, the user interface is being assembled. That's Malchut, the vessel for reality. Then, on the 6th day, a unifying API call, this is the principle of da'at, or knowledge, connects the processor to the interface. This triggers the zivug, the coupling, which is a full-stack synchronization. The back-end and the front-end merge. And the result? System perfection, a stable, bug-free, fully operational architecture ready to go live. Now, if the technology isn't quite your thing, how about we look at this as the ultimate video game? The first 5 days are like the tutorial levels, where you're building up your character, gaining skills, acquiring new powers. The 6th day, that's the final level, where it all comes together. So our game has 2 main playable characters. First up, we've got Vav, the Prince of 6 Powers. He spent the whole game mastering the 6 elemental forces of creation. Kindness, strength, harmony, and so on. Then we have character 2, He, the Queen of the Final Gate. And her unique special ability is that she possesses the Royal Scepter, which is the only item in the entire game that can receive and combine all 6 of the prince's powers. And just like that, the final quest becomes crystal clear. The prince has to find the queen and unite his 6 powers with her royal scepter. See, on his own, his powers are just raw, untamed energy. And on her own, her scepter is just sitting there, full of potential. But together, in a perfect co-op move, they combine their strengths. And by doing so, they unlock the final level and beat the game. The final prize? The completed world. Okay, so we've been through the mystical mechanics, we've had fun with some modern analogies, but what does any of this actually mean for us, right here, right now? This cosmic blueprint isn't just some dusty old story, it's a living, breathing model for how to create balance and wholeness in our own lives. So if you take anything away from this, let it be these points. First, creation is all about unifying complementary forces, the giver and the receiver, energy and form.
Second, the Zohar makes it crystal clear that the feminine principle, the vessel, isn't some add-on, it's what makes the entire system complete. And third, true perfection, real shlemut, is never found in isolation. It only ever comes from harmony and the balanced union of opposites. This ancient blueprint, well, it's a guide for us to find that same wholeness in our relationships, in our communities, and yeah, even inside ourselves. Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter. So the blueprint has been laid out. The system is perfected. The world is complete. And the only question that's left is, what are you going to build in it?